Sometimes you want lots of things, like a new bike or some new clothes, or even some ice cream. But how do you know whether you really need those things or not? Well, one day, Lily and her dad decided to figure that out. Let's read Lily Learns About Wants and Needs together and see what they came up with. Chapter 1 is called Want or Need. Hey, Dad, you want me to watch less TV and play outside more. So I really need this new bike, I said. Well, you might want a new bike, Lily, Dad said, but that's not the same as needing one. A need is something we have to have. Turn and talk. A need is something we must have in order to survive. Can you think of other examples of needs? Dad thought a moment. Well, we all need to exercise, but you can ride your old bike or do other active things. So can I buy a skateboard or roller skates? I asked. Dad smiled. Good try, but today, let's only spend money on things we need. Turn and talk. What is something you might want, but not need? Chapter 2 is called Buying Only What We Need. I need a new raincoat, I said. My old one is too small. Oh, I like that one. Rainy season is coming soon, Dad said. Let's check it out. Dad looked at the coat and the price tag. This won't keep you very dry, and it costs too much. We'll keep looking. So I found another raincoat on sale, and Dad let me buy that one. Time for your visit to the dentist, said Dad. Well, we're only spending money on things we need, I said. So we don't have to go. My teeth have already fallen out. Dad laughed. Sorry, Lily, you need to see the dentist anyway. Chapter 3. Everyone has to make choices. At the store, Dad took out a shopping list. Deciding about wants and needs isn't just for kids. Our whole family has to do it. Want to help? I looked at the list. Mom always says I need to drink my milk and eat my vegetables. So I guess we have to get them. And we need toilet paper. I took another look. Dad, you wrote root beer in big red letters. Does that mean we need it? What do you think, friends? Dad looked sad. I love root beer, he said, but it's a want, not a need. We'll skip it today. Mom works at the hospital. We stopped to pick her up. What are the things that people in the hospital need? Dad asked me. Can you think of some things? Help from doctors, I said, and medicine. Dad said, right. Think hard, Dad said. What does the hospital have that people don't really need, but might want? I couldn't come up with anything. Can you? I know, said Mom. The rooms all have TVs. People like to watch them, but people don't need TV to get better. Well, TV makes me feel better, I said, but Dad wants me to ride my old bike instead. Turn and talk. What do you need when you are sick? What might you like to have when you don't feel well? Chapter 4, When Wants Are Okay. Dad had an idea as we drove home. Sometimes after people buy all they need, they have money left over. Then they can buy something they want. How about tomorrow we ride our bikes back to the park and we'll buy ice cream? Good idea, Dad, I said, because I know you think ice cream is a want, but my stomach sure thinks it's a need. Ice cream is pretty yummy, isn't it? So now that we've read our story together, can you tell the difference between a need and a want? We're going to be working on a little project together. So I want you to gather these materials. Get a large sheet of paper, old magazines, newspapers, or catalogs, a pair of scissors, glue or tape, and some crayons or markers. And we're going to be making a poster. So draw a line from left to right across the middle of your sheet of paper. Then you're going to draw a line going from the top of your paper to the bottom. So when you're finished, your paper is going to be divided into 4 squares. I would like for you to write needs in 3 of those squares. And in the last square, you're going to write the word wants. Now, look through your magazines and your catalogs. Cut out pictures of things that are needs. So, for example, this might include things like food or clothing, or maybe a picture of a house or an apartment. Now, take those pictures and you're going to glue or tape them into the needs section of your poster. Then I want you to go back through the magazines and catalogs, and this time we're going to choose some items that are wants, things that would be nice to have. So, do you notice that the wants section of your poster is much smaller? Why do you think that is? Because most people cannot have everything they want. You might have to make hard choices. Now, glue or tape your choices onto the wants section of your poster. Great job today, friends. If you would like to purchase the story that we read today, please click the link below. Thank you so much for joining me today. See you next time.